host Harry, and this is the 2023 Ford Ranger Raptor. And today I am deep in the Australian bush right now. We're going to be taking this thing on some private roads. So, the Raptor is back, bigger and better than ever with its second generation of the Raptor. Now, Ford had a lot on its plate to build something and put out something to the Australian market that could compete and better the first generation, which really set the standard for all utes. And they've done this by fitting the car with a super trick Fox suspension setup with electronically controlled dampers, and of course it's the heart of the car. They've replaced that bi-turbo 4-pot diesel with this V6 twin-turbo petrol engine that produces 391 horsepower and 581 newton meters of torque, which can get this 2.6 ton ute up to 100 kilometers an hour in just under 6 seconds. Now guys, it is bloody 7 degrees out here and I am freezing. So let's just jump straight in the car and see what that engine is all about. To drive the 2023 Raptor. Now, it is nothing short of incredible to drive on some of these gravel roads. Now, the car is so much better once you get it out of the city and you actually get to use it for what it's designed to do. Now, there are a lot of different drive modes and different ways that you can set this car up to make it a little bit easier to drive or a little bit lairish. So at the moment, I've got the car in 2 high. You also have 4 high, 4 auto, which is more suited for the road, and 4 low for the much slower off-roading. You've also got your drive select mode that is wrapped around that with a vast array of different stuff on here. You have normal, sports, slippery, mud ruts, sand, Baja, and rock crawl. Now that is a heap of stuff to choose from, but on top of that, the driver has an extra level of customability. So whether you want to change the stability control or lock the differentials independently of what mode you're in, you're also able to do that. Now, the really cool thing about all this is that you can do it on the fly. So while driving at 75 kilometers an hour, I can go into my off-road settings here and I can literally turn the locking rear diff on and off at this speed, which is awesome. So when the car's in 2 high and the diff is locked, you've got it in manual mode and Baja, which is my favorite. You can really just throw the thing around. You have to be a little bit cautious on the brakes because as good as these BF Goodrich tyres are, you are still carrying 2.4 tons of weight and you've got to be careful coming into the corners. Now that comes to the brakes as well. They're not the biggest things in the world, but they are okay for the job. Suspension on this thing is bloody incredible. It has these super trick electronic dampers, which means when you're jumping the car, which I'm sure most owners won't do, and they're not all a little bit psycho like me, but when you do that, it means that the springs aren't going to rebound up and smack your head into the roof. So it makes the whole experience very, very controllable and enjoyable. It also means when you're bombing down these roads like this, like the road surface is nowhere near perfect, and even at 80 plus kilometers an hour, it just rides out the bumps perfectly. It's just so predictable with the weight transfer on this car. Under braking, it likes to snake around a little bit and then you just tip it into the corner nicely and feed on the power out of the corner. Another really cool thing with Baja mode is that it actually has anti-lag, so the turbos will keep spinning for when you need to jump straight back on that power for that corner exit. Like so. So let's come to a stop for a second here. I've got the car in its rear wheel drive mode with the differential locked, and I just want to see how many gears I can get through on this 10-speed box before it can actually pick up some traction. So here we go. First gear, load up on the brakes. That's first, second, third, and spinning into fourth. We've just got a little bit of traction now. Oh, that's quick. And on the brakes. Oh, this 10-speed box really is quite incredible. It's so rapid, and it means that the gear ratios are super short, so you're just flying through the gears and it keeps you on your toes. You've got that awesome exhaust tone, which I'm sure you can hear for miles through the trees here. Let's just talk about how far Ford has come on their interiors. Now, this iPad screen is very, very good at what it does. You've got all your off-road modes here, front and rear cameras, and it's actually quite responsive. You've got your Apple CarPlay and everything in there, and a lot of the climate control is in the screen, which is one of my biggest gripes because I just find it so hard to move stuff around, especially when you're off-road and bouncing around. It's very hard to get your finger on what you want. But that's why Ford have also put down all the essential climate controls on physical buttons. Guys, I don't know why more car companies aren't just leaving physical air conditioning buttons. It's ridiculous. Every Raptor comes spec the same on the interior. They call it code red, so you get code red around the air vents here, stitching on the steering wheel, and a center stripe, which is very rally inspired. Another thing that you get as standard on the Ranger Raptor is the premium package. Now that comes with the B&O sound system, matrix LED headlights on the front, and you also get these awesome auxiliary switches for anything else you want to hook up to. And it just reminds me like you're sitting in an F-16 cockpit. I love it. Guys, thank you so much for watching this week's Friday Drive. I hope I did a good job of portraying just why these things have a 14-month wait list on them. Now with that, I will see you guys in the next video.